Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this session on equality, diversity and inclusion at De Montfort University. So first of all, a big welcome on joining DMU. You're going to have several fantastic years ahead of you here, I hope. So my name is Chris Hall. I'm the head of equality, diversity and inclusion at the university. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time this morning just going through a little bit about what that means to you as students, what it means to us as a university. Why do we care about equality, diversity and inclusion? And how can you get engaged and involved in what we call EDI work or EDI initiatives to make the most of your time at university? So if we can have the slides up, please. Okay, great. So hopefully you should now be able to see the slides at why we do EDI at DMU. So to start with, DMU is in Leicester, as you know, and Leicester is one of the most diverse cities in the UK. And that's really reflected in who our students are as well. So you can see here some of the pictures that we've got of who make up our students and some of the things that we do and the places that we go pre-COVID, of course. So we have one of the highest disabled student populations in the UK. So around 1 in 5 of your fellow students will have a disability. And some of those will be physical disabilities, like the chap in the corner there who's a wheelchair user. Some will be not so visible, so learning differences, perhaps autism or dyslexia. So around 1 in 5 of our students are disabled. Around half of our students are from a Black, Asian or other ethnic minority background, or what we prefer to use the term here in DMU is a minoritized background, because actually across the world, Black, Asian and ethnic minority people actually make up the majority of the world's population, but it's around some of those experiences that they have that means that they're minoritized. So at DMU, we're doing an awful lot of work, and you'll probably come across our Decolonizing DMU work to really sort of turn the tables on that and create the best experience and the best outcomes for our students of colour here at the university. Our students and our staff continue that diversity. So our youngest student is 17, our eldest student is 82, and we recruit students from over 120 countries around the world. So, you know, we as a university are an incredibly diverse place. We have a really sort of live and vivid LGBT scene. So some of you will be LGBT students, I'm sure, in the room today. You might be out, you might not be out. At DMU, I want you to know that it really is a place that you can feel safe and secure in being who you want to be, regardless of your sexuality. And also some of you may be thinking about what your gender identity is as well. We're one of the first universities to openly declare our commitment and support for trans staff and students as well. So that's, you know, part of why we do the EDI work that we are, because we are an incredibly diverse institution, and we want you to feel safe and secure to be who you are and to have the best experience. We know that people who can be themselves perform better, and that's absolutely what we want to be able to provide for you as a university. Ultimately, you know, why are we here? It's so that you can get good degrees at the end of it. So by creating an equal and inclusive environment, we hope that ultimately, as I say, you'll be able to go through your time at DMU and come out with a really good degree at the end of it. I'm going to show you a short video in a minute, which is hearing directly from some of our students around how they've taken part in various diverse initiatives at DMU. But before I do that, I just want to very quickly introduce you to who we all are. So I'm there in the middle. So I'm Chris. I lead the EDI team here at DMU, and I'm supported by my senior colleagues to my left, Kashika and Katie. So Katie's the Vice Chancellor of the university, who I'm sure you'll hear from if you haven't already. And she's sort of the equivalent of the Chief Executive Officer of the university. And Kashika, who is, if for those of you studying in health and life sciences, is the Deputy Dean of Health and Life Sciences, but also is our sort of lead person at the university leadership team for equality and diversity work. And then to my right, hopefully at some point you'll have the pleasure of meeting Antonia, Sophie and Tel, who all support the work here at DMU. It's not just us that do the work. Equality and diversity is what we call a golden thread through all that we do at DMU. So all the people that you come into contact with, they will have an objective and a commitment to make your time at DMU one as inclusive and as accepting as it can be, and also to offer you the opportunity that for you to perform according to the way in which best suits you. That's who we are. There'll be opportunities to ask questions of us in the end. But what I'd like to do now, if I can rely on the team over in the events team there, hopefully be able to see the video there and just to watch this for a few minutes, and then we'll come back together. Thank you, David.
I think DMU values diversity a lot. Being a student at DMU and now a staff member, I saw it from both sides. I was on basketball, and the diversity on the team was fantastic, and it actually helped me learn a lot about different cultures, etc. And I think we felt really valued as a team, and we got a number of opportunities.
Every building in every faculty you have a mix or combination of different cultures and different nationalities. So that itself is, I think, a definition of diversity in DMU.
I think being a mature student is a fantastic experience, and I think you're part of a diverse group because you're a mature student. I think it's a really good opportunity to use your skills and play to your strengths.
I think DMU welcomes LGBTQ+ students by just letting them be themselves and be just normal students at university.
I think DMU values diversity by celebrating it. Here in Leicester, we live in an area where we have one of the most multicultural cities, and DMU completely takes advantage of that and makes sure that everyone from those minorities feels respected, feels celebrated.
DMU's got lots of different projects running at the moment. One of them is Freedom to Achieve, and then the other one is the DMU Freedom Project. So I've been involved with other students, for example, looking at the attainment gap, getting them involved or more engaged with leadership type qualities, and also raising awareness about some of the issues that they are affected by.
I think with such a large population of BAME students and people from different ethnic backgrounds, having roles like my own, the Student Curriculum Advisor role, really helps to show that BAME students are valued here and their attainment and their experience is prioritised as well.
I went for the equality and diversity role because I felt that it's something that's really important here at our university. The fact that it's being brought in highlights that there is something that needs to be done in regards to both equality and diversity. And going into this, I am someone who's gay, I'm someone who's Indian, and it's not a combination that you see very often. I want to use the position that I'm in. I'm really lucky where I am accepted and I'm out and I'm happy, but I want to push that forward to other people who might not be in that position.
It's very important that everyone is able to be themselves, and students allow that to happen with a lot of things they do.
Giving us the opportunity to be ourselves is essentially what DMU provides, which is amazing.
We have over 120 student groups, societies, ranging from our sporting societies. We have the LGBT, we have African Caribbean Society, we have the performance groups, the acting groups, Harry Potter. We have the religious groups as well, ISOC, Christian Union, the Sikh societies. There's a lot to pick from.
DMU supports all students and staff with a number of campaigns and projects, including Not on My Campus and the Mandala Project. There's always someone there to speak to.
With initiations, it's just a no-go, to be honest, and that's kind of echoed throughout DMU, and then sort of on the wider scale with Bucks as well. It doesn't create an inclusive environment, and to be fair, it's just not very friendly for anybody involved in clubs, so definitely no-go.
We teach and educate the sports clubs on how to be a better member of society. One of the things that we do educate them on is how to challenge inappropriate behaviour, and we give them a resource called Speak. So Speak stands for straight away, polite, evidence, avoid confrontation, and know who to speak to.
do have events such as DMU Pride, which is in February for the whole month. We have Black History Month in October. And we're always trying new things to try and make it much bigger than the year before.
Great, thank you. So I hope that gave you a bit of an insight into some of the things that go on at DMU and some of the areas of activity that the people have talked about there. I mean, obviously, there was a little bit there around what to do if your experience at DMU isn't the experience that we want you to have. So no space for hate is our approach to dealing with inappropriate behaviour, and that can be based on any of our characteristics, our sexuality, our gender, our race, our ethnicity, our religion. So you can check out No Space for Hate just by putting No Space for Hate into Google is actually a really easy way of finding it, or you can find it on the Student Gateway and Student Welfare and Support pages as well. Just to mention a couple of things. So going on today is the activities fair in the venue. So real opportunity to learn more about some of the clubs and societies that you can join at DMU. So there's societies for all sorts of different groups. So LGBT, the ISOC Society, the Afro-Caribbean Society, as well as, all the things like political societies and debating societies. So really do check that out and look to get involved as much as you can in there. It's by getting involved in all these different things that you can really make the most of your experience at DMU. And then the DMU Welcome event is taking place on Friday on campus as well. So that's a really other good way in which to sort of check out all the things that you can get involved with. I was at Milton Keynes Pride, which I lived near Milton Keynes a couple of weeks ago. I just wanted to share with you a little thing that I saw. So lots of incredibly sort of vibrant displays going on. But the memory that I'll take away from that is I saw a woman walking around with a T-shirt. And there's lots of sort of pride T-shirts that you get around. But this T-shirt was really simple that this woman was wearing. It was really simple. It just said, be kind to one another. And I think for me, we get a little bit scared around what equality, diversity and inclusion is. But actually, it's just about being kind and treating people with respect and dignity that you yourself would want to be treated with. So what I'd like to sort of leave you on, if there are no comments or questions here, which I'm happy to answer, is really make the most of the diversity that DMU has to offer. We can learn so much from one another. So if there's somebody or a group or a society or an area that you don't understand, go and ask, go and join, get involved. It's by understanding our diversity and our difference that actually we can learn from each other and go out and be more successful in the world. We've got more in common than we do difference. So embrace that commonality, find out about difference, find out about all the cultures and the different things that you can do here at DMU. But most of all, be kind to one another and enjoy your time here. So I'll finish there. I'd like to open it up to say, are there any comments or questions that people would like to ask? There's a chat function there that you can pop your questions in. So I'll just give that a quick minute there. Okay, I can't see any coming through. So if you do have questions, there's a couple of ways you can get in touch with us as a team. You can just simply email equality@dmu.ac.uk, or you can find us on Twitter, send us a tweet there and we'll get back to you there. Or just go through your normal channel, so your personal tutor or anyone in the Students' Union to find out a little bit more about what we do or other ways in which you can get involved. So thank you very much for your time this morning. Have a great day. Sun's shining here now, Milton Keynes. I hope it is in Leicester too. Enjoy your time at DMU and hopefully at some point soon I'll get to meet you. Thanks very much, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.